What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the Dope Black Therapist Podcast. I'm your host, Blaze, and I am glad that you're here. So let's get right on into it. So you can probably hear from my voice, or just see from my demeanor if you're watching. I'm not in the best of spaces. My brother's birthday is coming up, and I'm feeling some kind of way. Usually I am doing everything that I can to be sure that I'm on top of my grief, that I am handling business the way I need to handle it. For some reason, this year is difficult, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm acknowledging that I'm depressed, and then like that's the thing. I haven't really. This is how I know that I'm depressed is because I don't want to. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be around anybody. It's like I want to be around people, but I don't. It's just like it's only certain people that I want to be around. You know, I haven't been taking care of myself like I should be. I haven't been to the gym or worked out in like the past 2 weeks. You know, I go on walks and I find every excuse not to go on a very long one. I haven't lifted up anything. I haven't hit a heavy bag. I haven't lifted a kettlebell or anything. I haven't. My thing was like one day where I didn't even shower. I didn't even leave the house. And that's when I know it's like, okay, something's not quite right. I put on my mask. Like my mask has been pretty good, where, I put my mask on at work. And I've been doing some really good work for folks because working is when I'm working, I know that I'm doing something, I'm being productive, and it's because I have to. But when I leave, it's just like this cloud just comes, this cloud just comes over me, and it's just like I can't, it's like out of I can't get out of the darkness. No suicidal thoughts and none of that type of stuff, which is great. I guess it's just like I'm angry. I'm still angry because I can't, like I said several times, I can't fix it for anyone. I can't make it better for anyone. I'm not even sure if anybody else is feeling what I'm feeling. You know, I talked to my grandma and I told her the other day, Linda's birthday is coming up. She said, "Yeah, I know. I just try not to think about it." My mom, that's not good. You're just avoiding things and not, you know, doing anything. And that works for her. I think for me, it's just like I'm sitting in it, I'm acknowledging it. Now I have to do something about it. And I think that's one of the toughest things because I don't know what to do about it this time, you know, because what I would normally do hasn't been working. It's just like, dancing or getting a workout in or just like laughing with people. And I think that's what I will probably do. I'll call a couple of people. I'm going to call my mom today and talk to her, see how she's doing, you know, and just catch up with her, see how she's feeling with things. And like that's the thing, it's just like that's the thing about grief. Grief does not give a fuck about how well things are going. Grief does not care if you are doing well. It will sneak up and jump up on your ass, and we will just keep avoiding and keep avoiding and keep avoiding. And it's just like, yo, we have to address this at some point. And so I've been very intentional in letting people know how I'm feeling and what's going on with me. And there are some people who've actually talked with me and just sat down or just an ear. And that's one of the beautiful things. It's just like I don't need you to try to fix it for me. I just need you to, just be with me and just like let me know it's okay. You know, and that helps me. You know, Sometimes it's just like sitting in quiet that helps me. Knowing that you care about how I'm feeling. That's a big thing. I've gotten some really supportive messages, and this has been really good. It made me smile. And what I'm trying to do is remember all of the things that we would usually do. I'm gonna show one of my uh, one of my favorite pictures of all times. Um, this is like, that's me. That's my cousin Mike, and that's my little brother. And it's us sitting in this foot tub that we grew up in. I don't know if anybody knows what a foot tub is. If you grew up in the South, you know what a foot tub is. It's a big galvanized metal tub where we would take baths in. And back then we didn't have running water. So we would take water from the well, heat it up on the wood burning stove, pour it in the foot tub, and then we'll mix cold water in with it. And we would take a bath in front of pretty much everybody, and that was the thing. It was like two of us kids could fit in that big ass tub. And my little brother on the time was trying to get in with us, you know. And that's one of my favorite pictures because it reminds it reminds me of how far we've come and where we were and what we're doing now. You know, back then my family, like we called it the big White House. And it was several members of our family who lived there at one time. And that's where we get together for everything. We have family dinners and, family reunions, and we would just play and play. And it was just like so much land that we had. And it was just like, it was one of those beautiful things. And that's one of the things that my brother had before he was killed. My brother had several acres of land. He had his own farm. And that's what my uncle taught him when he lived with him. He learned how to farm, and he had all that stuff that he was teaching his kids, the basics of all the stuff that he was doing. And I smile because, just having that memory of him it just makes me happy. It just fills me with so much joy. And knowing that he had changed his life around and was doing some good things in this world, and how much he loved, his family, and how much he loved me, and how much he loved, you know, his like how much he loved our mom and like our aunts. He was all about family. And he would give so much to people. He would give so much to people because they needed it. He didn't want anything in return. And that was the type of dude he was. He was a good-hearted person, you know, and for him not to be here, like he would be 40 this year. And I would have celebrated any way that he wanted to celebrate. I would have done anything he wanted to do. And I don't get that chance. And that upsets me. And I know that when I meditate, and I know he'll come visit me whenever he wants. And it's like, I know just the conversation with him will make things a whole lot better for me. And I know I can talk with him anytime I want. For whatever reason, I haven't. And I think it's just because I'm so sad. Because I'm so angry. I mean, it's just like I know when I sit with my thoughts, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to ball, and it's going to be like an ugly cry too, and maybe that's what I need. I just miss him so much. Like I miss him. I miss him terribly, and I wish that I could celebrate with him. I can't celebrate for him, and I could do things the way he would do it. Like on his actual birthday in a few days, me and the kids were going to his favorite restaurant to eat, and we're going to do that. I'm going to share that moment with them. And I told my daughter yesterday. I visited her for lunch with EOG, and she asked me if I was okay. I said, I'm okay, baby. I'm just a little sad. She said, about Uncle Lyndon. I said, yeah, baby. She said, it's okay. She gave me a big hug, and it was one of those moments where it's like, okay, I'm doing a good thing as a dad. I'm doing my job as a dad, and I'm letting them know it's okay to be vulnerable at times. I just wish my brother was here. And I know a lot of times it's like that's how we all deal with grief. We don't address it. We gotta feel like we gotta put our cape on and be strong all the time and be sure that everything is okay and act like ain't nothing wrong. But the reality is it's just like you don't gotta do that, yo. You don't. There are people in your life who are going to talk with you and give you exactly what you need, but they won't know what you need unless you say something. You know, let those people know what's going on with you and tell them what you need from them. They're really your people. They're going to reciprocate and they're going to understand that they're going to be there for you. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to make you feel some kind of way or saying what you really feel. And the reality is, I miss my brother and I'm upset. And I'm sad that I can't celebrate with him. However, I know that he lives through me every day. I literally have him on my back, tattooed on my back. And he's with me every day. I know I can talk to him whenever I want. It's like he gave me a message before. It's like, quit being a bitch and dance. And so like now it's like, quit being a bitch and talk to me. And that's kind of what it is right now. So, feel what you feel, grieve how you need to grieve. There's no time limit on grief, like I've always said. So if you need some time with your people, take some time with your people. If you need some time for yourself, take some time for yourself. It's your grief. It isn't anybody else's. So you deal with it how you need to deal with it. Remember that you are loved, you are valued, and you are dope as hell. And I will see you all on the next go round. Peace.